Hello, collective. Welcome into today's Drive and Divine. On my way to work, I'm finally here. I'm parked, and this message has been coming through to me. There's something about leave the light on. I pulled up here, and there's a car to this in kind of catty corner from me, 22 on the clock when I said that, catty corner, and they've left their lights on. And I'm assuming they're not inside. There's something here. They have a shield over the window. So it appears that they're not there. And yet I'm wondering, are they actually just sitting inside the car until it's time to go in? And they've already put their shield up. There's something here. Has someone already put their shield up? Is someone blind from seeing out what you are doing? And is someone blocked your view of them, their true, real view of them? And are you assuming that they're not there, but they really are? Okay, there's a message there. So I've been getting, for the past few days, this term, Persephone's back. And today it's finally formulating into a message. I took notes here because I was going to have a hard time remembering all this. I was getting Persephone's back. Love is in the air. That came through strongly this morning. Daisies are significant, and the term it's a theory, the law of the lid. And these are all coming together to formulate a message. And I got some symbols through numbers, which is 44. 44 has been so strong, and it's making me think of pairing up with other things that are more stable. Stable for you, stable for others. You're aligning your frequency to other things that match your stability. There's something about having gone in, it's maze-like. It's definitely squares, like a right turn, a left turn. So maybe a lot about crossroads, choices, decisions is coming through. But it's like you go one direction and you turn, and then you go this direction and then back up. It's very awkward. These overlap. They go on top of and under the layer. When you look at it from this angle, you go down, you come up, you go back down, go back this way. It's a very layered and complex, it feels like, journey. So 44, 777 is coming through. So this is reminding me, oh my gosh, 777, and the person just stepped out of the car. There was someone in there. Your intuition, what you're intuiting, like you're getting vibes that there really is someone in there. Oh my gosh. Okay. For real, for real. That's what I'm hearing. For real, for real. There is something in there. Okay. Just as I look across, I'm seeing a license plate. This is not what it says, but I'm being given China, Camilla, Claire, out. I want to say owie. Cow. Okay, interesting. Again, fours are very strong. it feels like a plate. Cania, Cambia, Colombia. Okay. Moving on, the number 66, 121, and threes. Threes, lots of threes. This could be 3 in a row. This could be 5 in a row. The number 110, and noting that when 1 and 10 comes together, we look at it as 11. Remember the 0. Remember that 0 is a number. It is a valid space to recognize. And something about 1, and when you bring the ones together, creating this 11, there's also like this reminder that Spirit is with you as well. And that's coming in with 111. Okay, so there's that. The Venusian Council came forward today in a card in a short that I posted, and I can link that video because I feel like it is related. There could be the fact of someone living in their car, changing clothes, changing their perception, shifting, whitening, lightening. I'm seeing wearing white shirts in particular. The Venusian Council brought forward the message of love is in the air. And that's when I was reminded that Venus is in Libra until September 10th. And so it feels like this is going to be an ongoing thing that you will be contemplating, thinking about love, relationships, and taking a look at past relationships and future relationships. This kind of feels that it is strongly for singles, although it's not limited to. Something about don't limit yourself, which goes into a later part we're going to come to. Now, this love is in the air was brought to me. I just saw 7:37 on the timer. Brought to mind The Princess Bride, especially Billy Crystal playing Miracle Max and Carol Kane playing Valerie. Now, interesting, when I went to write Miracle Max, I wrote magic. So this could resonate with you of something about your abilities to creating something like magic, something to do with magic. Now, Daisies, I saw that it was on a license plate beside me as I was driving, and it's very cloudy here, and it's like all of a sudden it took off and it pushed through the clouds. And what I wanted to say was pushed through the ground. Like, you don't see the daisy growing until it pops out of the ground. A surprise. You're breaking through something. You are breaking through a crusty layer. I'm seeing a pot pie, and then you poke your head through the crust on top. Chicken pot pies could be significant here for some reason. And then, so you're pushing through all this gunk, and the pot pie down here representing, I'm seeing again, a worm. Like you had down in the pot pie of the earth, there's all of these bugs and creatures and blah, blah, blah. And you've been living down there for whatever reason, and now you're pushing through some layer. Also, the term pushing up daisies usually represents that someone who has passed over, has been dead for a long time, that would represent their body has decomposed and makes the ground more fertile for us to grow as the daisy and break through barriers. So this feels very much that there is a spirit on the other side. There's been a lot of messages about Odin, Hades, Persephone, Hecate, these types, the gods and goddesses of the underground seem to be important. It's like Persephone being in there, she learned a lot while she was living with the other side, whatever that means to you. So when and so there's these ancestors, these spirits, there's these other guides that are helping us from the other side. And it's time to, feels like, see and recognize that it's not, you may have a perspective of, oh gosh, that's gross, or yuck, or dirty, needing to clean it off. But there's also recognizing there's love there, which brings me back to the Princess Bride and Miracle Max and Valerie. Even though they fought all the time, there was problems, all this going on, you could tell there was actually a deep love there, that they found a way, like they tease each other. They found a way to make it work. And that's what I feel like we're doing now as Persephone, coming back to the lighter side of life, breaking through some barrier. It's bringing me to the fact that we can look at these past relationships of where we've been, and also how is that going to shift and stabilize now that we have this new, stronger foundation? What are we connecting with in the future of it's a surprise. You're not going to know until you poke your head through the crust. That's it. You're not going to know. This is unknown, but you will feel it, just like I felt like, oh my gosh, somebody's sitting there. Oh, and before he leaves, I should tell him too that his lights are on. Or maybe his car's still running and I haven't opened the door so I can't hear it. There's something here, okay? Now, as we move into Persephone, imagine what that's like coming back after having lived in the underground for so long. What's your perspective? What friends did you make there? What love did you find there? Having an appreciation for it. And then what were the other people's perspective that you were lost? How are they going to feel when you come back? Because you're going to look at your adventure way different than what they look at your adventure. Did I say 13? I said threes. 13 is very, very, very significant here to probably this part of the message with Persephone and perspective, it feels like. Now, as far as law of the lid, this is like someone places a potential on you, or you place a potential on yourself. So law of the lid is like, you have a baby, let's say, or you have a pet, you have a job, and you decide, oh my gosh, they're going to grow up and be a lawyer or a doctor or a what have you. They're going to grow up to be just like me. They're going to work the family business. And then this person grows up and they don't do that. And so now you think they've gone to the dark side, or that they're lost in their life. And it creates friction. What about that? And then so sometimes we do that to ourselves as well. Sometimes, oh, hold on. I gotta tell him his lights are on. I thought he was leaving when he was walking away, but he's not. And the car is running, so hopefully he knows that. Thank you. So where was I at? Persephone. So we do this ourselves. So like we can put these limits on ourselves about where we think we can go. And something about what we found on this darkest night, this deep introspection, this phase that we were in, we've learned something about breaking through the limits. This phoenix energy, overcoming problems. We know that we can get through that now. So is someone capping your potential? And what does that feel like? Like, what would Persephone feel like of, you know, if the theory that she did go in willingly to the underground to spend time with Hades, then she comes back and she thinks everybody thought she was lost when really she was just on her journey. And there's people that's mad, there's people that's sad. Like, what feelings does that bring out in them? What feelings does that bring out in you? And I was getting the information that you could feel misunderstood. Now you could feel lost. You didn't feel lost before, but now you feel lost. Because you've gone deeper and it's like you've made friends with the underworld, the dark side, and you see their value, you see their benefits. And so what's playing out now? Is it their story or your story? That's what I'm hearing. And how this relates to past relationships and then in turn relates to our future relationships. So the last thing that I have about this message was some questions. I feel like this is just guiding us deeper into emotion and feelings. Placing love is in the air. 1717 when I was saying that. So love is in the air, bringing love to your mind, thinking about love, relationships, looking at that. And how do we bring love to situations that looked really dark and grim? And how can we see that it benefited us? Like, it helped you get where you are now, and it helped you break through some law of the lid that was placed on you. And honking the horn, that's very significant. Toot toot, you're here. Like, you're in the way. Like, you're being seen now. And you're clicking that was a part of locking the car, like protecting what you value. So your new values, your new perspectives, you are protecting them. You're putting them in a container that's very valuable, and it feels like the heart and mind working together now. So the questions that I got as Spirit was just guiding us to contemplate spirituality and practicality, this love energy and the mind connection. Who has put a cap on you? What lid have you put on yourself? What lid have you put on a relationship? What and is it a limit or is it a graduation cap? There's something about that. Now, on any caps you've put on relationships, or the answer to any of these questions, the lid you put on yourself, or who has put a lid on you, the question of why. Why was this placed there? And they guided me to, this is some sort of a belief, a hurt, a pain, or a fear. So lots of contemplation here for us to work through the energy now through this September 10th time, or whenever you're watching this and you resonate with this message, feeling like love is in the air, like your consciousness is becoming lighter and more focused on love itself. I hope this helps. I will see you next time, and I will keep you updated on anything else that I have. So make sure to subscribe, hit that bell button if this resonates so you can find out more updates, because I'm sure between now for the next month, we're going to get some more messages on this. I love you guys. Bye now. Peace out and have a beautiful day. Lead with love.